Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Brawl Stars video. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys the best tips and tricks in order to play Gray successfully. Now, Gray's new star power and new gadgets have been released. The reason I didn't make this video earlier because I really wanted to wait for his new star power and gadget to come out first. Alright, my question of the day that I have for you guys is, where do you guys like to play Gray the most? Do you like to play him in solo showdown? Do you like to play him in knockout? Do you like to play him in gem grab? Let me know in the comments down below. But right, without further ado, let's just hop straight into the video.
It's about damn time.
Alright, so first, let's just go ahead and talk about the best build for Gray overall. You definitely want to run his new gadget, Grand Piano. I'll basically go into details later on in this video on why this gadget is good and when you should basically be using it. Also, his new star power, new perspective. As far as gears go, I think speed and damage are going to be the better gears. I think since Gray doesn't do a lot of damage gear can actually come in handy quite a bit. Also, speed gear can be a solid gear for him because he doesn't move the quickest, and since he doesn't have a lot of health as well, dodging is going to be very important. That's going to be the best build for Gray. Let's just go into the tips and tricks now. Alright, so earlier I talked about the Grand Piano gadget, and it's going to be really strong. You want to basically use this gadget to break open the map when you need to. For example, if you're playing against throwers and they're hiding behind those walls, you want to make sure that you break open the map and expose them. Even when playing against tanks and they're hiding in bushes or behind walls as well, it's going to be important to break it open and expose them. The only time you probably don't want to fully expose the map is if the enemy team has like a Piper, a Nani, and like a Bell or a Byron, people that just basically outrange Gray and of course out DPS him. Also, if there's a map with a lot of walls and it's going to basically prohibit your team from like winning the game by getting to the high save quicker or something like that, then you want to basically blow open that map as well. It is going to benefit the other team as well, but hopefully you just have a better comp than the enemy team. So that's why I say make sure you use this Grand Piano gadget only when absolutely needed to, and make sure you're breaking down the right walls. Alright, the next tip I have for you guys is to make sure that you use Gray's super to basically teleport you and your teammates past choke points. Now me, I'm always the kind of person that's going to talk to you guys and explain like why choke points are super important to either like block them or get past them. So basically, if there's a map with a lot of walls and there's maybe like 2 or 3 choke points that you have to get past all those walls in order to get to like the high save, for example, or like the goal for Brawl Ball, then you can basically just go through those walls by using Gray's super. You don't even have to go through the choke points. It'll just save you guys a lot of time, and it'll also have the element of surprise for your enemy team the first time you use it. And that's actually going to lead into my next tip, is to make sure that you use Gray's super and try to get as much value from it. Since you are going to be running his star power basically where everybody heals 1000 health every time they go through the teleporter, you might as well try and get all of your teammates through it at the same time and try and just kill the enemy team. A really disgusting example is when I was facing a Gray, a Jackie, and a Bo. Bo would basically use his totem to get Gray's super up and Jackie's super up. Then Gray would basically use his TP to basically just go right into the enemy team. Jackie would just pull everybody in and just crush everybody. That is a prime example of when you want to use Gray's super. Another time you can just use Gray's super to kill people is when they're just low in general. If you're in a one-on-one fight and you can just TP onto them and kill them within one shot, just do it. You can gain some pressure for your team and it might turn the tides, who knows. Another way you can use Gray's super successfully is, like, say for example in gem grab, you're the gem carrier and the countdown is starting. You can basically use your super to basically teleport out of there and get away. So not only using Gray's super to get to choke points and being able to kill enemies, also getting away from those enemies is going to be important. Another example could be in Brawl Ball. Say the enemy team is about to score the goal, basically use your teleporter to basically block the goal. There's a lot of different scenarios where Gray's super can be useful, so just be creative, think outside the box, and try to surprise the enemy team. Basically, the more unpredictable you can be with Gray and his super and his gadget, the more successful you're gonna be. Alright guys, the last tip is gonna be kind of an underrated one, and I feel like a lot of people are not gonna really tell you guys this. A lot of people just don't really talk about it in general. Basically, you guys should not be using auto aim with Gray as much as possible. I feel like Gray kind of reminds me of like using Ashe. You should not really be auto aiming with a brawler like Ashe unless you're like really close to somebody. He's not a super auto aim friendly brawler, and his shots are really hard to hit. Those of you guys that already know, like, his hitbox is so thin, it's ridiculously hard. You gotta be super skilled to hit your shots like pretty consistently. So my advice to you is to not use auto aim. Try and aim your shots, especially if you're pretty far away. Just try and get a lot of practice in predicting movement patterns. Like, it's even something for me that I need to get better at. I catch myself auto-aiming sometimes and I'm like, yo, you gotta stop auto-aiming because this brawler's shots are so hard to hit. You cannot rely on auto-aim. Like I said, unless you're close, then you might as well do it. But yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be the end of today's tips and tricks video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to also go ahead and turn on post notifications. Make sure to go down in the description below, follow me on my social medias, join my Discord, and subscribe to the second channel. Make sure to also go follow me on Twitch. But yeah, guys, I think that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I love all of you guys. Thanks so much for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.